Hey guys, just doing a little farm update here. It's been a while since we posted anything about the farm, so figured I'd take the time to get you guys up. Obviously, Doug is growing a bit. She's a pretty big dog. Anyway, a couple things that are a little bit new. One is we ended up starting to get our protein ration in bulk. So we got 2 ton here. Well, not quite a ton in this one here. We just started doing this fall. We got a ton back in October, and I forget how long it lasted us. 3 months, I guess. So we figured we'd get one to try and start out with, and we liked it. It's really nice smelling stuff, good and fresh, and it's just a 18% dairy ration, just a dry pellet. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember right now what all is in it, but anyway, that's the route we've gone, and that's just for graining the calves. And well, we used to have rabbits, and yeah, so and the goats get grain and the calves get grain. So it lasted us quite a while, and we worked it out, and compared to buying it by the bag, we cut our cost more or less exactly in half by going bulk. So anyway, yeah, that's one of the updates. That's just the bale chopper that I got there this summer, and I just gotta do some work to it for chopping bedding and such. Just a little side note, got to change this cylinder, well, the seals in it. I ended up blowing the seal in this end on it. The last time I had it out there snow blowing, so anyway, I can still run it, but she leaks hydraulic fluid there pretty good. So we're supposed to be getting a big snowstorm tomorrow, and if that happens, well, I think I can still run it enough to blow the snow, and I'm good for feeding hay for another 4 or 5 days. What we started doing this year was feeding 8 bales in the first barnyard, and then 8 bales in the second barnyard, and locking them out of the second one. And that allows me to have them feed for 4 days, and then I can open up the second barnyard, and that gets me another 4 days. So I can go, as long as it doesn't snow and I got a snow blow, I can go 8 days without having to start the tractor, which is nice. So nice sunrise this morning, and anyway, we're heading down to clean out the barn. So we got the in-laws 4-wheeler this winter, and so we'll get it started, let it warm up. Had to put a new battery in it there this winter. Anyway, let that warm up there. It's about -10 this morning, and yeah, so we'll head down to the barn there. I got some new stuff down there that we'll show you, and yeah, alrighty guys, see you down. So we made her down to the barn here, and ended up deciding to bring down a load of square bales with me. These we just feed to the goats, and sometimes the calves, but what we've been doing is through that door there, I've just been bringing in 2 round bales every time I feed the cows outside. Dog, enough. And then we just forked the loose hay off of that. And anyway, that's the 2 last rabbits we got there. The one that the dog's sniffing is the buck, and this one here is the doe. And we just let them loose in the barn. And Doug, enough. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, yeah, so we bring in round bales, and then that's what we usually fork off to the calves. But if I run out of that, then we got squares for them and for the goats. So so part of the new update. Sorry, I think I'm starting to get a cold, but anyway, we poured cement in here this summer. So we poured this pen here, and there's a gutter there, and yes, I know it's dirty. That's why I got the 4-wheeler and trailer down here, clean it out today. And so that's one of our yearlings. The other yearlings got bred, and we had the vet in to do our herd health and preg checks, and she was the only one that hadn't caught. And normally we get rid of whatever doesn't catch, but with her only being a year old, it's not super uncommon for them to not catch their first time. So, and she's a good calf. So anyway, we got her in the barn here so that she doesn't get bred by the bull until it's time. And then that one there, number 19, she's this year's calf. And then we got the one Holstein steer and 2 crossbred steers for meat. So those 3 there are just going to be our own meat, and she's going to be a breeder. So we can sneak into this pen here. So we poured this pen also. We got the gutter set up. So the 2 pens are actually different in some ways. The distance from the edge of the gutter to the headrail is smaller in this pen than the other pen. And this pen is obviously a little more designed for the calves. Now, it's not working out as great for the smaller calves. These calves are, how old would they be? Maybe 4 months old, whereas she was born in April. Anyway, so, and just the design of the 2 different breeds, but she, obviously you can see, she hits the gutter right on, and even the Holstein, he hits the gutter pretty good, but the 2 smaller calves, they get a pretty good mess. Not only that, but the 3 on this end are steers, and of course they pee. Yeah, so then they just make more of a mess. But anyway, working out great this year. It's nice and dry. Our barn has a tendency to get quite wet with this freezing and thawing and rain and all that crap. So it's really nice this year to have the cows and the calves high and dry. So that's the 2 pens that got poured in this part of the barn. We are planning on pouring the stanchion area this summer, so we can have the cows tied in. When we installed the stanchions and that, we made them so that for a cement floor, so they're a little bit high. We're a little bit nervous putting them in there right now and leaving them in because we don't know with them laying down how well they'll do. Anyway, the other part that's new is we poured the floor in the chicken coop. So I don't know, I may have videos where the water kind of used to run through here, and so now with this cement floor, keep it nice and bedded. We got good straw there from my neighbor and friend. And yeah, the straw really makes a difference compared to just using shavings. The straw definitely gives them a better bedding. The shavings smell nice, and they do a good job too. But anyway, we as you can see, we've been using both. So yeah, we're getting around 2.5 dozen eggs a day, and that's just the nest boxes there that Jess made. They work awesome, by the way. They stay clean. Yeah, just great. Anyway, found out yesterday that the water bowl that we had been using, you can tell this area here looks wetter. Well, that's because it is. The water bowl that we had been using had a leak, and we couldn't figure out why it was always wet at this end. We thought, maybe the chickens are just making a mess in the water. Then we thought maybe the rabbits that were up above were spilling their water. Anyway, last night I found out that it actually had a hole, so I switched it out for a different container, and hopefully that makes a big